Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've been anywhere near social media or the news over the last few days, you've probably felt it, that wave of absolute panic rippling through the UK's immigrant community. Recent parliamentary comments by Shabana Mahmood went completely viral, sparking these widespread rumors that the UK government is forcefully rolling out new rules to make the Indefinite Leave to Remain, or ILR, a mandatory 10-year process for everyone. Well, today we're going to cut right through that noise. We're going to look directly at the facts, break down these newly proposed rules, and separate what's verified from what is just sheer fiction. Here is a quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start with those viral rumors, dig into exactly why the government wants these new rules, look at the proposed salary thresholds, explore the massive political pushback happening behind the scenes, and finally, talk about why it might be time for a plan B. All right, let's jump straight into it with those viral rumors. Fact versus fiction. Now, this is the exact question causing immense anxiety for skilled workers and their families all across the UK right now. Ever since those parliamentary comments dropped a few days ago, the rumor mill has literally been spinning out of control. People are terrified that the standard 5-year route to settlement has just been universally scrapped overnight, replaced by a grueling 10-year wait. So let's establish a crucial fact immediately. As of today, nothing has officially changed. Take a breath. The existing 5-year paths are still completely intact. If you're preparing your application right now based on your current salary and your specific visa route, the rules you've been following are still the active law. There is absolutely no need to abandon your current 5-year timeline today. But, and this is a massive but, the most important word to remember here is yet. The internal discussions about these new rules are very real and they are moving fast. That brings us to our next point. Why propose these new rules in the first place? The government argues they are facing a situation they simply did not anticipate. Over the last 5 to 6 years, there's been an unprecedented influx of immigrants, heavily amplified by the arrival of dependents. And the government's core argument is that this sheer volume is placing a crushing strain on housing, public funds, and local infrastructure. Plus, a major catalyst driving these new rules is the reported misuse of the visa system itself. For instance, the government noted that student visas were frequently being used as a massive employment loophole. Basically, one partner would enroll in a university course, sometimes barely even attending, while the dependent spouse, who faced no work restrictions, would arrive and work full-time in IT at a supermarket or in a restaurant. To put this all into perspective, you have to realize the government didn't just wake up yesterday and decide to overhaul the ILR rules. Think of it like a domino effect. They've been progressively tightening loopholes to address that initial influx for a while now. In 2023 and 2024, they already took the drastic step of removing dependent rights for standard student and care worker visas. So the current debate around structural changes to the ILR, moving it to a 10-year model, is really just the next domino falling in their broader strategy to manage numbers and reduce reliance on public funds. So what exactly are they proposing? Let's talk about the big one, the salary thresholds. £50,000. This is the heavily rumored salary threshold that could completely dictate whether your family stays on a fast track or faces a really long delay. While earlier murmurs were wildly throwing around a £120,000 bracket for a 3-year fast track, the number currently dominating the internal discussions as the defining line for a 5-year ILR is 50,000. Under these proposed new rules, the government basically wants to segment applicants. Those earning over that £50,000 mark, or folks working in strictly defined key roles like doctors, healthcare professionals, and school teachers, would likely be allowed to keep the standard 5-year path to ILR. The government clearly recognizes they need to retain these high earners and essential workers. But for everyone else, the lower earners making under £50,000, the proposal is a mandatory 10-year wait. And the devastating reality of a 10-year rule is that it actually translates into a massive financial penalty for anyone earning under 50K. It's not just a test of patience, right? Families with kids in school, where spouses might also be working, would be hit incredibly hard. An extra 5 years means multiple, highly expensive visa extensions. It means paying those hefty NHS surcharges over and over again. And perhaps most critically, it unfairly impacts a massive demographic of highly skilled workers. Right now, there are countless experienced IT professionals, for example, completely stuck in the £40,000 to £45,000 bracket simply because corporate salaries in the UK have severely stagnated. People with years of experience are literally being offered the same salaries that were standard a decade ago. Missing out on the 5-year ILR because of an arbitrary 50K threshold while doing highly skilled work is a massive blow. However, these proposals are not just sailing through without a fight. Let's look at the political pushback. The Lords Committee has actually come out swinging against these proposed new rules, explicitly calling them unfair and unethical. Their argument is rooted in basic fairness. They're saying you cannot invite skilled workers into the country with the clear, documented promise of a 5-year path to permanent residency and then just pull the rug out from under them halfway through their journey. To them, applying these rules retroactively breaks a fundamental trust. But on the other side, government figures like Shabana Mahmood are defending the proposals by pointing to the hard truths of governance. They argue that a government's fundamental function is to adapt rules to manage current national crises. From their perspective, if the government can't alter policies to reflect the current reality of strained infrastructure and public funds, then what is the point of a functioning government? They truly believe the current situation warrants these drastic new rules, regardless of past promises. When you look at the current political battlefield mapped out here, it gets really interesting. You have government leaders aggressively pushing the new rules to ease public strain. You have the Lords Committee fighting back on ethical grounds. But look at that third row. There is massive internal pushback from roughly 100 local MPs within the government's own ranks. Why? Well, because many of them represent constituencies with high immigrant populations. Their motivation is simple political survival. They're terrified that supporting these harsh new rules will guarantee they lose a crucial immigrant voter base in the next local election. And we have to impartially note the broader political context driving all of this. There is a rising, undeniable anti-immigration sentiment currently sweeping through parts of the electorate. Figures like Nigel Farage are heavily influencing the national debate, using a high-profile political maneuvering to keep this exact topic front and center. This creates intense electoral pressure. Current major party leaders feel totally compelled to adopt tougher stances and propose these stricter ILR rules to prove they are actively managing migration numbers. They basically fear they'll lose voters to newly forming or alternative parties if they don't act tough now. So, where does all this leave you? Well, it might be time for Plan B. Right now, today, we're sitting in a phase of unconfirmed rumors and fierce internal debate. However, based on the pacing of these discussions, we expect concrete, official clarity on exactly what the new rules are and those specific salary brackets within the next 2 to 3 months. The government is already warning that whatever new rules they finalize could very well be applied retroactively. So while you absolutely shouldn't panic today, patience and rigorous preparation over the next 90 days are absolutely vital. Until we get that official confirmation, I want to leave you with this vital question to discuss with your family tonight. If the government decides to push these new rules through, if they do apply them retroactively, and if your 5-year path suddenly turns into a 10-year marathon requiring thousands of pounds in extra fees, what is your plan B? Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you next time as the situation develops.